Hey, beautiful souls, it's your bruddaZen. It's time for another timeless pick-a-card reading. And in this reading, we're actually going to be bringing in the energy of the full moon of Virgo. Now, even though I am recording this around March 7th of 2023, that full moon in Virgo will be around 7:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're still going to be bringing in that energy. It's going to follow the video throughout time because energy doesn't go away. So it's going to be here present in this recorded reading. Pretty cool. Now, some information that you can make the most of a full moon in Virgo. Full moons are a time of like unveiling and releasing. The powerful time is like 8 hours before the actual full moon is at its fullest. And so you can, during that time, think of 10 things that you are wanting to have fall away. And you can approach them like, I'm grateful, thank you, universe, or thank you, creator, whatever you believe your higher power is, and just say thank you for removing, unveiling and removing this block between me and blah, blah, blah. That energy of the full moon can help you release all that. If you make the subject of those 10 things around the energy of the actual zodiac sign of the full moon, even more powerful. So Virgo, I'm going to put up just a little screenshot here that talks about Virgo energy. It's around the work environment, the daily work routine and systems and structure and organization of your life. There also is the theme of health. What habits can you transform or change in order to listen to what your body is asking from you? Also, Virgo is all about the small animals and the pets. We always love those. But especially the mind. Are you overwhelmed with details, overanalyzing, or striving for perfection? And where can you use maybe more consistency in your life? Maybe do you need or want an accountability partner? There's also great energy around Virgo of being of service. So where can you be of more service to the world and the collective? And the Virgo energy rolls over the bowels, the intestines, the digestive health, assimilation of nutrients, and also the solar plexus. So any of those themes, if you focus on those for revealing and releasing during this period of time, it's just really, really helpful and extra powerful. Now, for this pick-a-card reading, Spirit really wanted to zero in on that thinking, subject. So we're going to be asking, where am I overthinking things? So you will have a choice between 3 different options. You can choose as many of these as you want, though. All timestamps for everything are in the description box of the video down below. But I'm going to start with number 1 right now. If you chose reading number 1, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off pulling a card from the Secret Language of Light. All the cards I use in a reading, by the way, I do list in the description box down below. So if you want to check them out and grab them for yourself, you know where you can get those. And so let's take a look here and see, where are you overthinking things? Where? All right. Way overthinking things. Too many cards, too many. All right. They do want this one right here, though. So we will grab that, and let's see what we have in store. So we've got variance, card number 39. Beautiful card there. And we're just going to put that one like right smack here in the middle to start. And let's see what message comes in here. So this is the differing perceptions of ego and soul. So today you may not feel like yourself. You and your soul are looking at the same thing, but are seeing it differently. Your emotions and reactions are a combination of your thoughts and your soul's thoughts. And when they don't align, you feel wobbly. Variance is a way of explaining the wobble. And when you have the same perspective as your soul, things feel right. They may seem satisfactory and easy. No limiting beliefs or patterns are triggered, but there is a feeling that all is well. So your soul will never join in on judgment. blame, or hurt because it's not the truth of you. It's not the perspective of love. How you feel reveals how aligned you are with your soul. And if you're experiencing something that doesn't feel quite right, take a breath and come back to your center. You will begin to feel better, inspired to navigate your inner radar, and ready to receive your soul's transmissions. So I like that. They do have journal work, which I'll share if it resonates with you. It says, identify and name the parts of your mind that try to take over. Example, worrywart, overprotective mother, anger, hurt, etc. Then tell them to be quiet. And once you name them, you will be more able to recognize them and more in control of them when they rise up. How interesting. So, we definitely were talking about here, what are you overthinking things? And it's like a lot. There's a lot that you're overthinking. And I love the journal option of naming them, writing them down, the things that your mind is overthinking on. So when all those cards fell out in the beginning, I'm like, that's too much. That was synchronistic. It was telling you that you have a lot that you're overthinking on different areas of your life. And so it's time to document those, write them down, get them out of your head and onto paper will allow you to release them and really transform that energy. We, of course, will dive in deeper here, and I'm going to use the Synchronistic Oracle. And I really like these because we'll pull 3 cards, and there will be a repeated symbol in one of them. And so this is helping us identify what they are, right? So let's take a look here. And the challenging octagonal, or how many of these are. So let's take a look here. We need 3 cards. So there's 1, there's 2, and they want that one for 3. So let me just put that over here. And I'll show you each one. And then we'll identify which one is repeating. Or maybe it shows up 2, maybe. So let's take a look here and see what we have repeating. And that'll tell us the different areas. Let me see how we can do this. We'll do it like this. Here we go. We'll just slide that under there. Now it looks like we do have the infinity symbol and the key. And I think that is all I see. Let me just look at it one more time here. Spirit, show me if I'm overlooking anything. Nope, so it looks like we have the infinity and then the key coming in here. So let's take a look and see what each of those talks about here. Let me just find them in the book here. So the key, we came across the key first, and that is about a breakthrough opportunity, secrecy, mystery, and some guilt. So the guilt is really standing out. The reflection on that is that we all have secrets and unpleasant memories buried deep within. What do you want to unlock in your life? Are you hiding a secret that you wish you were brave enough to share? I like that. So definitely there is this... we're talking about all this stuff on your mind. One of the big things is guilt. What are you feeling guilty about? What are you having fear of what you've done wrong? Where's that judgment? This card even mentioned that the higher self doesn't have judgment. And so where are you judging yourself is really coming in here. Then the infinity symbol here is about seed, fertility, unlimited potential, never ending, and of course the number 8. The reflection on that is there are billions of humans and animals living on planet Earth right now. How tiny and insignificant does this make you feel? Yet, when you think of the limitless nature of the universe itself, you realize that even the Milky Way is but a drop in the ocean compared to the vastness of space and all it encompasses. I like that for you too. Of course, I always like all the messages coming through, right? But there is this, it's connecting to your higher self, realizing that you are so much more than just this character that you play here, and that you are a being of unconditional love, not conditional love. And so the unconditional love that pops in here, is the releasing of the guilt of all of that. So I do love that. And then also right now, they just showed me the Kabbalah tree of life. So kudos to all of you that caught that. We're going, bruddaZen, you're missing it. Because that is about transcendence, divine knowledge, growth, spiritual wisdom, and concealment. So the reflection of that for your reading is often spirituality is an area of our lives we think we don't have time for. So what is your spiritual compass? Do you want to learn more and increase your spiritual intelligence? So very fitting with what we're talking about too. So definitely wonderful messages here, focusing on the guilt, remembering who you really are, because in order to be guilty of something, you have to have rules and laws, and there are none when you're in the energy of unconditional love, which is what we're made out of. And with the creator and source and everyone, they don't judge us either. It's a man thing that we do, a human thing that we do. We're also going to pull from the wisdom of the oracle. Let's get some more guidance here. What wisdom would they like to provide you around this guilt? What would you like? All right. Evidently, that is it. And this is community. Look, card number 8, like the infinity symbol. Sorry, trying to do that without the glare. There we go. Very glossy cards. I love it. Card number 8 right here. Let's see what they want you to know. The energy of this is about belonging, being seen and understood by others, having like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, and knowing your place in the world. The Oracle's message for you is that this card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our families and our communities. In a community, everyone has an important function and feels I matter. Membership in the group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you're in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its forms of focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. And your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the group, your presence is needed. So I like that. There's this community here. Now, these do have a relationship and I believe a prosperity message. So we'll read these too. So this says that for relationships, you're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the other person follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another, accepting the truth that everyone has perceived flaws is part of that dance, right? Guilt. We have a flaw, we judge, jury, executioner sometimes, right? Yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. So you're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. So this guilt, this guilt that you have for yourself, these rules, the stuff that we're overthinking, the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos and the musts, that's where you find yourself guilty. All these opinions, that the voices in your head that you're judging yourself, and then you also keep everyone else in that same, you become, as we call it sometimes, God's little sheriff. You're helping the universe by making sure people are doing what you think they're supposed to be doing. Eventually, you get wore out and you turn in your badge because you're like, you don't need my help. Now, the prosperity message for this card says, whenever you're in a community of like-minded others, there is a powerful opportunity to reap great abundance. It's essential to ask, what can I contribute? Rather than, what can I get from this? Figure out a need and look to fill it. Something meaningful will manifest, even if what manifests is small. It is a sign that the doors of opportunity will swing open wider. There's also another meaning of this card to consider. Don't try to be all things to all people. Choose your role and be true to it, and serve from a sense of authenticity. There's no greater feeling of accomplishment than knowing that you have purpose. There is a protection message for these two, which I'll read it small. It says, beware of compromising your integrity to belong. How do you dim your light or change yourself so others will accept you in a group? Do you hide when you really are, who you really are, in order to play a role within the larger whole? This will never fulfill you. Now's the time to assess your willingness to be real. Stand tall, be you. Authenticity is true self-expression and the only way to empower yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself and step into the role your heart tells you to take. Making yourself small bears too high of a cost. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, this guilt, this fear, this judgment that we've had, there is this opening up, and you're beginning to see yourself from a place of unconditional love, which allows you to more fully express yourself. In this community, this drawing together of other individuals, of like individuals, are those that are of unconditional love. You're finding individuals who are seeking that above all, and that helps you feel like you're fitting in with that too. Helps you let go of the guilt, lets go of the judgment, and you focus your energy on unconditional love rather than the fears of losing conditional love that spun that guilt. We're also going to pull here from the True Heart Intuitive Tarot and just get your final messages around this guilt and around this overthinking, around who you're supposed to be, and all this big stuff. Because I mean, like you said, they had a ton of cards come out, and there's so much on your mind. I still love that journaling piece, and I feel like there's one more. All right, there it is, right there. So let's look at these two together. Yeah. So you've got the Temperance card, which is the balancing of things, the patience of things, the evolving of things, along with the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is about recognition and seeking recognition. There's this great transformation that's happening with these two cards together, because, with the tempering, with this, the two cups, it's going back and forth, and each time it pours into the other cup, it's evolving, it's changing into something else that's so much more bigger than it was. I think it's bronze, or I forget what original metal. It's something like bronze, or I think it's bronze, not copper. But anyway, they change it into gold because as they're going back and forth, it's transforming. The Six of Wands is a transforming type of energy, which represents, what are you focusing on? Where are you trying to get recognition from? Rather than all these individuals that, it's like this judge and jury that we're trying to get them to recognize us, we're realizing that there's someone so much more powerful. It's this beautiful angelic being way above us, is the powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that we are. And of course, creator and spirit, and that all that positive angelic support we have above that love us so much, that they're the ones that truly matter. They don't have any ulterior motives or anything like that, and they're not unstable. The upper world is very stable, and so this is this switching of where you're looking for your value, where you're looking for your validation and recognition. So we're no longer looking to this human court system. We're looking to a higher court that has no laws. It's unconditional love. Then you have the star card. Just try to get these where you can see. There we go. So you have the star card, as well as the Prince of Pentacles. Prince of Discs, which is the Prince of Pentacles. So in this one, the Prince is the Knight in the Standard Tarot. But the star card here, this is you connecting to your higher self, connecting to things. And you see the tempering of the 2 cups. You also see the tempering here, but they're pouring it out onto the ground with that. So it's still the same type of energy. The star card is very much balancing energy. And the Knight of Pentacles is about movement, but it's about slow movement. So you have 2 cards that are about things unfolding slowly and things kind of going to a snail's pace in your life, but it's happening on purpose so that you can really take a deep breath and really look into these fears that you're overthinking. And it's just about stepping away from it all, seeing it from a different perspective, and allowing yourself to look at it from this higher place of your higher self, which it talked about through all of this, learning about unconditional love rather than all these fears of losing conditional love, all those judgments and where those things come from. So there is this transformation coming. Just allow yourself, be gentle with yourself as it transforms. But it is a hope card. The star card is as well. So enjoy the process. Going back to that journaling, getting it out of your head and onto paper helps so much. It helps you process it, but also helps your mind know it's written down, and it'll stop looping it. It'll allow you to go to sleep. So if you're having trouble going to sleep at night, because your mind's just going spinning, write it down, and your mind knows it's written down, and it'll stop looping it. Because sometimes you have like 3 things that loop like 50 times, and it feels like you have 150 things to do in your life, but really there's only 3. And when you put them down, you're like, okay, it's not as bad as I thought. So I love this for you, pile number 1. And if you are looking for more messages of love from above, some things that you can do. If you're enjoying this content, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, that tells the YouTube algorithm and me that you're enjoying that content, and it does help spread the love out to the outside world. Also, if you click the subscribe button and go in there, it'll give you access to the notification bell. There's an option for all, which if you select that, 2 things happen. 1, you're notified immediately when new videos come out. And 2, you're also notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. Also, doing all those things helps spread the Zen love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to my channel, the YouTube algorithm automatically shares my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I'm ever so grateful. Also, these are general readings. If you want even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. All right, beautiful pile 1. As you go through this adventure, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. All right, pile number 2, if you selected number 2, this is your reading, and we're going to start off pulling a card from the Secret Language of Light. And all the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box of the video down below, so if any of them catch your eye, and you like them for yourself, you know where you can pick those up. So let's start taking a look here and see where Spirit would like you to know that you are overthinking things, possibly. So this is the card, and you've got the Inward Revolution, card number 42. We'll put that down here. And let's see what that brings in for you here. This is the way of your heart. So you are always moving forward, even when you feel like you're going backward. Your path may seem to go up and down or inward and outward. The spiral is a symbol of your soul journey. It represents the cyclical adventure into your heart center. You will continually revisit aspects of your life to bring you to deeper understanding. Difficulties and challenges can command a greater focus as they help to build bigger and better dreams and desires. Each cycle of life is an important stepping stone that expands into the next. So your life will only feel authentic when you come to your own conclusions. An inward revolution will open you to the wisdom of your soul. It is a path we must all take to truly know and love ourselves. And from this place, we move outward, back into the world, empowered with our soul's wisdom. You are worthy of all you desire, no matter where you are in your spiral. I like it. These do come with journal work, and this says draw or write about 3 emotional or physical patterns that you have repeated in your life. Then draw or write about something new you learned about yourself with each revolution. So this is perfect. So what you're overthinking is that you feel like you're going in circles, like you have this feeling and these thoughts, these accusatory thoughts that you aren't learning, that you're just going in circles. But I love the spiral analogy because it's like we're walking up a spiral staircase. And even though and it's all made out of glass as we're walking up. And so you start off here and you're seeing like this view, right? And then you go up another flight of stairs. You're like a floor above. It looks similar, but a little higher. And you go another one and it looks similar and a little higher. Eventually, if you remember what it looked like when you were down here and now you're up here, you'll see the difference. You'll see how far you've come. But that's why things feel like sometimes it's like, well, I'm doing that again. But you're not. You're not the same person you were. You've learned during the process. And so you're not at the exact point you were before. You're just at a place at another level, which is what you wanted to do. So I like that. We're also going to use the synchronicity oracle here and just see what else they would like you to know. We're going to pull 3 cards, and these have symbols on them, and we'll see which symbols are repeated. That will give you your answers there. So let's see if we can get these all matched back up. There we go. So let's take a look here and get your 3 cards. Okay, that's the one here. And then they want this one right here. And then what else? Okay, and that one right there. All right. Oh, so you got 4. Okay, they said this one goes back. All right, so here, I'll let you see each, and then we'll identify them here. So that's number 1. Number 2, we'll put that like this. And then here you go for number 3. So put that here, and then let's see which ones are duplicated. Of course, so the Buddha here is jumping out, and then the star here. So we'll start with those, and we'll see if there's any others in there. And let's see here. We'll start with the Buddha, since that's the one that jumped out first. So this is about spirituality, meditation, enlightenment, peace, and suffering. The reflection is that we live in a materialistic society, and sometimes we become overly attached to our possessions. So what are you to attach to? Do you take enough time to reflect and cultivate your spiritual side? Interesting. It does talk about the 4 noble truths in Buddhism. 1 is suffering is part of existence. 2 is suffering is caused by craving, desire, or attachment. 3, we can end suffering by letting go. And number 4, there is a noble eightfold path that can lead to the cessation of suffering. So there is relief to the suffering, which I like that. You know, it's like, what are we attached to? What's making us so attracted to this view out here? Why do we are going up and up and up, but we're really attached to what this viewpoint is? Why is this so important, right? So we'll take a look here and see what else we have here. Oh, there it was. And this is the pentagram. The pentagram is about health, the elements, awareness, good versus evil. And the reflection is that most of us tend to believe that we are good people, but what does that really mean? Are you true to yourself? What energy does your life force give out to the world around you? So what are you focusing energy on? What is it bringing for you, right? And I really like that. Why are you focusing on this other stuff? This view. Why does this view mean so much? Why does it matter so much? All right, so let's take a look here. Do we have any others here that repeat? Last time I missed one on the first reading. They showed me at the last, as I was finishing up talking about it, I'm like, oh, look, there's another one. Oh, yeah, here it is. Da-da, arrow right between my eyes. All right, so let's take a look here and see what the arrow brings in here. Bet it's back here towards the front. All right, let's just find it real quick and get to the point, right? All right. Oh yeah, I went right by it. Here it is right here. So the arrow is about focus, decisiveness, direction, opportunity, and tunnel vision. Again, here's that vision, right? And it says, remember to concentrate on one thing at a time, even though you can have multiple goals. Each arrow must be cast at its appropriate time. So what are the current goals you want to focus on? So is that something that you do want to focus on, this thing that you feel you're not learning, that you feel like you're going around in circles with? Really be aware of the energy that you're investing there. We're also going to pull here from the wisdom of the oracle, and let's see what wisdom the Spirit gives to you around this feeling of going in circles. All right. So what else for pile number 2? Okay, there we go. You've got all that glitters. Yeah, what's got your attention, right? Card number 16. The bright, shiny things. So let's see here. So the energy of this is a need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not and chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial. And I think the Buddha message talked about that too, that we're drawn into the physical things of the outside world. So whatever this view is that we're looking at, this thing that is consuming us, that we are so attached to, we can look into that. The oracle's message for you says it's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire the object or the person? Interesting. So seeing why this means so important to us has to do with this, right? Now, these do have a relationship, an abundance, and a protection message, which we're going to read as well. So the relationship message says sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish a story a bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and the shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and the glamour that seem so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she has or can give you, is important. So see beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of the artifice and let what is authentic shine. So I like that. And then the prosperity message for this says sometimes an opportunity looks so good that it glitters like gold and you just can't resist it, especially when it appears others are doing so well and have hit the mother lode. During the American gold rush, everyone hurried west to find their fortune and then deserted entire towns after the mining depleted the gold veins in the earth. So too can you deplete yourself as you chase after the latest shiny thing that has caught your eye. There is a mercurial quality to your present circumstances. Pay no attention to those who chased after fool's gold. Resist the temptation to be jealous of others. What they have achieved may not be the true success you seek, so don't compare yourself to them. You see only the surface right now, only the sparkle. Be assured that you will experience your own shining moment if you stick to what you know. All that glitters may not be gold for you, right? And then lastly, we have a protection message here. And it says, this is a signal to walk away from what you're contemplating. There is a thin veneer of glitter and sparkle that masks something rotten underneath. Pursuing it will only bring about a difficult situation you'll be sorry you got yourself into. So stay away. Isn't it wonderful how spirit protects you? Better things await. So I like that. So it is telling us the circular thing. One is that you're learning and you're growing as you're going up the spiral, but now you're understanding as you repeat the cycles and you're recognizing that you feel like you're going in circles. You're like, do I want to continue to do this? Do I want to continue to move in that direction? So we'll take a look here too at the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. Let's see what else they have to add here. So what else for pile number 2? Okay, so they do want these over here, and then what else? All right, they do want this one here, and this one, right? Come on, don't be stubborn. They wanted that one right there. Okay. What is trying to get away from us, right? What are we resisting? That card was being resisted. All right. There we go. So you've got sorry for the glare there. So you have the 8 of Cups here, which I like that. I mean, it's almost like instead of being a spiral, it ends up going straight and forward and around the planet, because the 8 of Cups is about leaving behind the emotions that no longer serve you. So how perfect that is here, because it's whatever this thing is that has been just consuming you and the glitter, you're ready to leave behind. You have the King of Wands here as well. And Wands is our drive, our passion, our inspiration. And he holds the Ace of Wands, which allows them the power to choose where they want to focus their energy. Are we focusing our energy on something that we feel is missing in our life? Are we focusing on something that we have in our life that we don't want? Or do we fear something leaving or coming into our life? When we focus our energy on those things, that's what grows and expands. And I feel like that's what they're saying is this thing that has been catching your view. And that's why it's, you've been feeling like you've been going in a circle, even though you've been going upward. It's still been catching your attention. It's like it's time that you can leave that behind now. And instead, you can focus your energy on what you're grateful for, what you do want in your life instead. So I feel like there's a change that's a coming because of that. And then, because here's the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords over here. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And it represents those thoughts and beliefs that are like stealing from you, that are taking away opportunity, joy, love, whatever it may be, but you're realizing it's of your own thoughts and your own beliefs that have been making you feel that way. And so as you become aware of that, this is where this freedom comes. You're able to walk away from it because you know what it is that is keeping you anchored and keeping you so interested in that one viewpoint, right? And you have the Four of Wands, which does represent joy and celebration, stable energy. Fours are a very stable number, like four huge legs on a table. So there is this solid foundation that comes in with all of this too, because you are able to step forward in such clarity, such boldness, because you don't feel like you're rushing to get back to this view. You walk here and you're like, hurry. Instead, you're enjoying the journey and learning, seeing all the views, 360 of what's happening instead of having a super focus on one thing that no longer serves you. So I do like this for you, number 2. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these, a couple things you can do. 1, you can give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button. That just tells me and the YouTube algorithm that you're enjoying the content. 2, you can also click the subscribe button, which gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, there is an option for all, which if you select that, 2 things happen. 1, you are told immediately when new videos are posted. And 2, you're also notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. In addition to all of that, it helps spread the Zen love, and it does help my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy and excited. It wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things I mentioned, please know I'm very, very grateful. Also, these are general readings. If you want even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. All right, pile 2, as you go through this adventure, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking with you soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. If you chose reading number 3, then this is the reading for you. And we are going to start off pulling a card from the Secret Language of Light. And any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box of the video down below. So if any of them catch your eye and you want them for yourself, you know where you can pick those up. All right, so let's take a look here and see, where are you overthinking things? Where would Spirit like you to know? Possibly, maybe, sort of, where you are overthinking. Of course, they will identify it here, and look at that. So we've got sensitivity. Beautiful, beautiful card here, and it's on its side, so that's We'll put that right here. Card number 15. So let's take a look and see what subject matter, what energy this card brings in. And it is heightened intuition and compassion. So you're becoming more sensitive to the energy and vibrations that precede all physical creation. And we can all sense these energies, but our rational minds often override our feelings. Sense beyond what you see with your eyes and hear in your mind. Trust your heart will bring together the most up-to-date information through your senses. When we're open to sensing and feeling love, it also means we are open to sensing and feeling fear. And this clarifies the importance of actively choosing where you place your gaze and your focus of your energy. Don't let old stories determine what you will think and feel. There's no hiding behind words. Feeling sorry for another or situation doesn't help them or you. It takes you to a place where you can't hear any solutions and feeds back what they already know. You came here to create reality, not to accept it. You attract what you are, not what you think or what you say, but what you feel. Celebrate your sensitivity. Without it, you may not realize you have a choice, because what do you want to bring into your life? I like it. And the journal work for this is write down 3 beliefs that help you create your dreams and 3 beliefs that hinder your dreams, and focus on the ones that make your heart sing. Yeah, and so I like this. This is where might you be overthinking? Basically, your sensitivity, your intuition, your gift is activating, and you're starting to pick up on a lot more emotions than you ever have. And it's where your mind kicks in is you are thinking that these emotions that you're picking up are yours, and you're trying to think of like, well, where is this? Why is this? Why do I feel this way? And you're trying to like dive into your shadow work, dive into your emotions and different things to find out what in your life has caused this and why you're feeling this way, when really it has nothing to do with you. And that's where the mind is kicking in, trying to figure out, oh, what did I do? What did I do? And it's like, no, it's observation. It's what's happening from the outside. So I like that. Some freedom. But we'll take a look here too. We're going to look into the Synchronicity Oracle. And these have pictures on them. A variety of pictures, and what we'll do is we're going to pull 3 cards, and whatever of the pictures are repeated twice out of the 3, we'll look at those for the messages for you. All right. So what is card number 1. So what about card number 2, and then card number 3? Okay, so more than one there. Yeah, they just wanted that top one. All right, so let's take a look here, and I'll let you see them, and then we will figure out which one's repeated here. So here's number 1. Put that over here. Then you have number 2. Put that right here. Let's do it this way. There we go. I think that's good enough, right? And then number 3. Very good. So put that right here. And then let me just get the book here. And right away, we've got these little 3 dancing characters here. I see we also have here the rice bowl, and also the bike is popping up here. So I think there's just usually 3. So we will take a look here and see which ones are what these mean for you here. So let me just go through the book here. Rather than looking it up in the glossary, we'll just go through them, and whichever one pops up first is the first one that we will look at here. Are they all in the front? What should be number 1, number 2, and number 3? Okay, here we have. So these are the jumping TVs. And this is about propaganda, information wars, tribes, and messages. They also call it fake news, which, it's fake emotions. It's not your emotions, it's someone else's. So it says, think about how much time you spend on your devices in an average day. Are you spending too much time in front of screens? How can you ensure that you still think for yourself without the influence of technology? So what that is bringing in here for me is Spirit just saying, whatever you look at, did this even say that? I think it was this reading that talked about what we bring in through our eyes and our senses impacts us. And so, just enough drama of people you hang around on a regular basis in human form, right? But when you get into the news and the social media, blah, 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 you start to pick up all this information. And I feel like for some of you, you have taken your empathic abilities to a higher level. We are starting to pick up people's emotions over the internet, through TV shows, through different places. You start to pick up people's energies through electronics. So you might be going like, whoa, but it happens. It's amazing. I really like that for you, because you're like, that explains so much, right? So I like that. And then let's see here. Getting towards the front. Okay, here we go. So the bowl with the chopsticks is next. That is survival, vital force, food, hunger, contentment. And the reflection for that says all organisms require nourishment in order to survive and thrive. Have you been feeding yourself well, both physically and emotionally? Do you spend enough time with people who believe in you and make you feel a better person? So, we can't make anyone choose how they're going to feel, right? But we can make it easier or harder for people to choose fear or unconditional love. So along with this theme of what are you watching with your eyes, it's also saying who are you spending your physical time with, and be sure to nourish your heart, nourish it to let you see what is it that you're feeding yourself, your soul, your heart with. Is it stuff that's non-nutritious? We'll call it junk food. This people, when they are always complaining, always, whatever energies which are rooted in fear, we don't ostracize people out of our life, right? Like, oh, they're toxic. It's like, no, we still love them. We just need to limit our time so that we have enough energy to not take on their emotions as our own. So it's okay to limit time with someone, because when we point at someone and go, they're toxic, no, our thoughts about them are toxic. No one's ever toxic. People are just in fear. And if it ignites our fear when we get into there, then we're learning to not go into fear when we're around them, to eventually we can spend more and more time around them. But if you feel it draining you, if you feel that it's not for your highest experience in the moment, then it's okay to step away from that as well. So I do like that. And then the bike, right away. It is self-sufficiency, invention, efficiency. It is talk about technology and haste. So the bicycle is a great invention, but as with other forms of technology, utilizing it tends to save time, usually to the detriment of mindfulness. Perhaps it's worth walking more than cycling or driving so you can notice what's around you. Alternatively, are there aspects of your life that you feel you need to speed up? So I like that. Technology, the use of technology, you can use it in both, the red is like stop. The green is like how you can use it. I know like on Facebook, they have a great option. A lot of the social media does where you can unfollow, which means that people don't appear in your newsfeed. And, everyone goes through different things in their life. And I tend to unfollow humans And unless it's someone who's just constantly putting out positive, loving memes and things like that, then those are the things that I choose, or those pages that do that, because that is a source of upliftingness. That's nutrition. So that's allowing the nutrition to come in. And then, but the junk food I put into the unfollow, and then I go check on it and I snack on it. It's like every once in a while you go in and check and just see what people are doing. And then you're like, okay, I just binged a bunch of junk food and now I'm done with that for a while. So that's like what they're kind of guiding here on what you can do and what the situation is. We're also going to pull from the wisdom of the oracle. And let's see what advice Spirit has for you regarding this. All right, so what else for those that chose reading number 3, please? All right, they do into that one right there. And you've got the yang. So the yin and the yang. And that's card number 1. And let's see what this brings in for you here. So this is the masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen and taking action. So now is the time to really take action towards what you are bringing into your, your view and into your heart, into your mind, just what are you feeding into your being, right? The oracle's message says yang or yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. So now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. And this card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles are being overcome. There's no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny now. I love it. Now, these do have a relationship or prosperity and a protection message, and we will read those. The relationship message says, circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move, which could be the first move away or the first move towards someone who's positive and uplifting and feeding your heart, right? Trust that you will quickly know where you stand. In matters of the heart, there is movement towards your highest good, so go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air, and now is the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. Yes, action, action, action. And the prosperity message says projects, partnerships, and all matters relating to your business are out of the obstacle phase and onto the make it happen phase. Now is the time to stake your claim and get things done. While you can expect to be busier than usual, this card tells you that you have all the energy and vitality you need to accomplish your goals. Abundance is waiting for you to claim it. Yeah, these obstacles, these things that are being moved out of the way, or things that is saying that you can take action to move things out of your way, especially if they're draining your energy. If they're urgent, but they're not important, sometimes we just don't invest energy into them. It allows you to move forward towards your dream, right? And then the protection message for this says, be mindful of the tendency towards impulsive action, overconfidence, and aggressive behavior. Think before you act, lest you find yourself in a situation that will lead to uncomfortable consequences. Be sure you really want what you're chasing after, because you might be sorry when you get it. The appearance of this card isn't cause for fear, for life is always about learning lessons. Practice temperance, diplomacy, and thoughtful consideration before making a move. Yeah, so this is, I just, like we were talking about before, I can't hang around you because you're toxic. Oh, that's going to go over well. You just start stepping away. You just don't invest as much energy, or you let them know, I just needed some time for me. So I'm doing some inner reflection stuff, and I just need some time alone to do that. Thank you for caring. Whatever it is that you need to do to get your alignment into something that is real more fulfilling and bringing that positiveness in there. We're also going to pull from the True Heart Intuitive Tarot here and see what else they have to add. So already got card number 1, these 2 over here. Okay. Oops. There are 2 here. Wow. Okay. Well, you get a 3rd one. A 5th one, evidently. So let's take a look here. You have the Emperor. Emperor is Aries energy. This is about taking control in it. We already talked about that here with the Yang card. But this is like the Emperor in a throne room who's surrounded by all of these advisors, right? They're all blah, 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 giving opinions, giving advice, all that sort of stuff. But at some point, the Emperor goes, all right, enough, everybody, out. And then they make the decision because it's their kingdom, it's their life, it's them stepping forward and taking charge for their lives, for themselves. And I really like that, yeah. And here's the High Priestess. And the High Priestess steps back, goes into her High Priestess temple, and focuses in on her. She goes behind the veil here, connects to the higher realms, dives deep into the subconscious and the unconscious, really trying to figure things out. And you've got 2 major arcana, which just represent a significant change in your life. You're really stepping into your power, and you're not afraid like you were before of, oh, what will people think? I don't want to hurt people's feelings. You're realizing that you aren't mean about it. So if they choose to get upset about it, that's outside your control. You are ready to stand up for yourself and take a step back and really evaluate the energy and what you have coming in here. Yeah, and you have the Princess of Swords, be the Page of Swords in the Standard Tarot. She not only has the ability with this Ace of Swords to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, those that are rooted in unconditional love. It allows her to cut away the old expectations, those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets that don't serve her anymore or serve the kingdom. So there's this new communication, this new change of how you communicate and you receive communication, obviously. I feel like you are cutting some people out of your life permanently that have not proven themselves to be there. And others, you are making adjustments to that as well. Yeah. Because you have the World card, leaving the old cycles behind and beginning a new adventure. So definitely that's what we are talking about here. Leaving your old ways of thinking about who you should be and supposed to be, need to be, and have to be, who other people are supposed to be, need to be, should be, have to be, whatever it might be. You're really developing this beauty, this freedom that comes through this, for sure. Then your final card, well, there we go. Your final card, Wheel of Fortune. So definitely endings and new beginnings coming in here with the 10, the major arcana 10. So you have 4 major arcana out of the 5 cards, and the Royal is the 5th card too. So this is a significant time of change and transformation of what you allow in your life, how much power you're taking over your life, and where you're going forward with it. So very, very positive things happening here for you, and I love it. And if you are looking for more messages of love from above, there's a couple of things that you can do. One, you can give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button. And what that does is it shows me and also the YouTube algorithm that you're enjoying the content, and YouTube will want to share more of the content with other people. But also, something else you can do is click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And if you go in there, there's an option for all, which if you select, 2 things happen. 1, you're notified right away when I post new videos. And number 2, you're also notified when I'm going to go live on YouTube to provide free readings. Also, doing all those things helps spread the Zen love, and it does help my channel grow in a significant way, because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, crazy, happy, excited, it wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, please know I'm very, very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. All right, pile 3, as you go through this amazing journey and expand your sensitivity, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until we speak again, or until you see me again, hang in there. Have a wonderful, wonderful experience. And we'll talk with you soon. Take care.